My name is Ember Atwood, and 3 weeks ago, my mother tried to delete me from the family tree in front of 60 people. At my grandma's 90th birthday bash, my mom handed my sister a diamond ring, my brother a gold watch, and me? She handed me an empty, dusty jewelry box. The whole room caught secondhand embarrassment. Some laughed, some looked away. But my mom? She was beaming like she'd just won a Nobel Peace Prize for being a total savage. But here's the kicker. Under the tablecloth, my 90-year-old grandma, the real MVP, slipped a note into my hand. 7 words that would absolutely nuke everything my mom spent 34 years building. I live in Millbrook. It's a tiny town. 1 stoplight, 2 diners, and 0 vibes if you aren't part of the in crowd. I'm a landscape architect, running a 1-woman hustle out of a studio apartment. I'm not old money impressive, but I built my life brick by brick. The Atwood family? We run on one rule. My mother, Judith, is the CEO of the narrative. She decides who's blessed and who's a burden. My sister Paige is the ultimate golden child, constantly posting blessed beyond measure selfies while sucking up to Judith. My brother Grant? He's just there for the snacks. And then there's me, the difficult one. The one who actually shows up to mow Grandma Dorothy's lawn and fix her gutters. But in Judith's version of the story, I'm only there because I'm thirsty for the inheritance. 12 years ago, I caught my mom borrowing $15,000 from Grandma's account for a kitchen remodel Grandma didn't even ask for. I called her out, and overnight, I became the family villain. Judith told everyone I was unhinged and trying to turn Grandma against them. But Judith didn't realize that Grandma Dorothy saw everything. She saw the receipts, she saw the lies, and she was quietly cooking up a plan that would make my mother's head spin. Stay tuned, because you won't believe the appointment Grandma took me to 2 weeks before the party. 2 weeks before the big 9-0 party, Grandma asks me for a ride to an appointment. I'm thinking the doctor or the pharmacy. Nope. She points her cane toward First National Bank. She walks in like a boss, stays in a private office for 15 minutes, and comes out clutching a brass key. She presses it into my palm and says, "Keep this in your purse, in case you ever need to open what's yours." I'm confused, but you don't question a woman who's been 3 moves ahead in checkers since the 1950s. Fast forward to the logistics meeting for the party. Judith is acting like she's the Queen of England. She tells me I'm on caterer and slideshow duty, basically the hired help. Meanwhile, Paige and Grant are getting legacy presentations. When I asked if I'd be speaking, Judith just gave me that bless your heart smile and said they needed people close to Grandma. The woman who mows the lawn every Saturday isn't close enough, but the daughter who visits 3 times a year is the keynote speaker? Make it make sense. The night of the party at the Briarwood Country Club was peak, main character energy for Judith. 60-plus guests, white tablecloths, and my 90-year-old grandmother looking like a queen in sage green. Judith stands at the podium, performing the devoted daughter routine for the neighbors and Brandon's parents. She starts the jewelry presentation. She hands Paige a diamond ring. For the family you're building. She hands Grant a gold pocket watch to carry the Atwood name. Then she walks over to me at table 6, the nosebleed section. The room goes dead quiet. Judith opens the 3rd box, scuffed, old, and completely empty. "And for you, sweetheart, the box it all came in," she says with a smirk. After all, you always said material things don't matter. If you think the empty box was the meanest thing she did, wait until you hear the speech my mom gave right before she handed it to me. I didn't scream. I didn't cry. I just looked at her. And that's when Grandma squeezed my hand and slipped me that note. I excused myself to the restroom, my heart hammering against my ribs. I unfolded the paper. 7 words. Everything real is already in your name. Below it, a phone number and the name, Calloway. I thought the note was a goodbye. It wasn't. It was an invoice for a life I didn't know I owned. But the real shocker? What the town jeweler found out 48 hours later. I stood in that bathroom stall and realized the empty box wasn't a punishment. It was a smokescreen. But what exactly was in my name? On Monday morning, I met the man who had been holding Grandma's secrets for 12 years, and the dollar amount he dropped made the room tilt. Monday morning, I'm at the office of Thomas Calloway, Grandma's lawyer. He's been waiting for this day since 2013. He opens a thick manila folder and drops the bomb. Your grandmother established an irrevocable trust 12 years ago. The assets no longer belong to her. They belong to the beneficiary. I asked who the beneficiary was. He looked me dead in the eye. You, Miss Atwood. The Harmon family house and 40 acres, deed transferred into the trust. Value, $1.2 million. An investment account funded by 12 years of Social Security and pension, $480,000. The real jewelry, the 60-year-old diamonds and the gold watch, safe and sound in the vault. Then comes the chef's kiss moment. Calloway tells me the jewelry Judith handed out at the party, total reproductions. Grandma had them commissioned in 2012 because she knew Judith would try to grab the heirlooms. The diamond Paige was flaunting, cubic zirconia. The gold watch Grant was wearing, base metal worth maybe $40. Judith was currently bragging to the whole town about the Atwood diamonds. She had no idea she was wearing a $20 lie. Wait until you hear the voicemail she left me when she found out. I didn't have to say a word. 11 days later, Paige goes to a high-end jeweler to get her ring resized. The jeweler puts it under a loop and has to break the news that it's glass. Paige has a meltdown in the store and calls Judith screaming. The same week, Grant takes the watch for a professional cleaning. The horologist tells him it's gold-plated junk. The Atwood Legacy was literally crumbling in their hands while I was at home sketching garden plans. Judith didn't take the news well. She tried to frame me for theft, but she forgot one tiny detail. She gave me an empty box on camera in front of 60 witnesses. But the real showdown? That happened on Grandma's porch when the whole town of Millbrook finally saw who the real villain was. In a small town, the tea travels faster than light. Aunt Margie, who doesn't mince words, told everyone the truth. By the end of the week, the 63 party guests knew Judith had flexed with fakes and humiliated her daughter for sport. Judith tried to say Grandma was confused, but everyone had seen Grandma at the party, sharp as a tack. Judith tried to hire lawyers to contest the trust, but Grandma was 3 steps ahead. She'd already been evaluated by independent doctors to prove she was of sound mind. Calloway sent Judith a 4-paragraph cease and desist that basically told her to sit down and be quiet or face the legal music. I moved onto those 40 acres. I converted the old barn into a state-of-the-art landscape studio. My business didn't just grow, it doubled, then doubled again. Grant finally showed up at the house. He didn't come to argue. He came to help me install drainage pipes. He looked at the $40 watch and finally admitted, "I always knew Mom treated you differently. I just didn't want to get in the middle of it." Paige calls now, too. She's not ready to apologize yet, but she's starting to see the cracks in the world Judith built. Drop a savage in the comments if you think Grandma is the ultimate GOAT, and tell me, would you have shared the money with the siblings or left them with their fake watches? I'm reading every comment. Grandma Dorothy is still on that porch, watching the peonies bloom. She told me, "I held on long enough to make sure you'd be okay. You were always worth everything, baby. I just made sure the paperwork agreed." The empty box is still on my mantle. It's the most valuable thing I own because it was the catalyst for my freedom. If you're the empty box person in your family, the one they overlook and underestimate, keep your head up. Sometimes the people who seem silent are the ones doing the most work for you behind closed doors. My mother gave me a box with nothing in it, thinking it would break me. My grandmother gave me 7 words that gave me the world. You matter. Don't let anyone with a seating chart tell you otherwise. Have you ever had a Grandma Dorothy in your life who had your back when everyone else walked away? Or are you dealing with a Judith who tries to control the narrative? Drop a 1 for Grandma and a 2 for I'm the black sheep. Let's talk in the comments. Hit subscribe for more stories of quiet revenge and loud victories. I'll see you in the next one.